Make sure you send it to Alex.
Get the music right this time. I'm about to right now. Shit.
Count me down, Mike.
32 seconds. $25 seconds. 20 seconds. Multiples of 5, okay?
Just keep on counting me down, bud.
Oh, you sound like you're 20 feet away.
Yeah.
It's my fault, I moved my mic.
Put your headset on. Put the fucking
don't.
mic on.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, go.
Hi.
Wait, so we're on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you just fucking you didn't great count.
What?
Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. This fucking thing sucks anyway.
Well then.
We'll do it live.
I already got 2 viewers.
Hey,
What's
ladies
up?
and gentlemen, how
Silent
are
Warden.
you?
Hey BB. Hey Eamon. How you doing? Thanks for coming through.
Hey,
My fault
gaming.
for interrupting.
Just kidding, man. Just kidding. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, guys. Just want to say hello and welcome to our weekly edition of Gamer. Oh, whoa. Shit. Weekly edition of Gaming, Talk, and Nerdism. This is episode 5, I believe, right?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. And as promised, we come to you once a week. We're a little late this week. Sorry about that. We know you guys really enjoyed last week's stream. But we are back, and obviously I am not the host. Your host is Tenek127. I'm just well, we're arting them. So that's basically who we are. Artful Vengeance, also known as Artful Vengeance. And I am your co-host, Cast1187, aka @DoseKevs on all social media. Look me up. Fuck you. Alright, so here we go. We promised you guys, because of how good our first episode went, that we bring back Q&A maybe once a month, something like that. And here we are, 5 episodes in, and we are going to do our second Q&A night. And we've got some anonymous questions submitted through our little question drop box that we had, and digital obviously, but we took them down, and we're gonna go through random ones. So fair warning, this is not safe for work. So if you're working right now, why the fuck you're working a midnight shift? It must suck to be you. But if you are on the midnight shift right now, don't play this around your boss. I'm not trying to get you fired, but this is gonna be a good listen. We like to have fun. We like to talk about anything and everything under the sun. So, with that being said, before I forget, I want to send a big congratulations out to Tenek, because he smashed his goal of having 500 subscribers by the end of the month of July, and is now already, what is it now? 600?
Yeah, I think I'm
He's
like
already
620 or something like that.
Yes,
600
he's already
something.
broken 620 something within a week. We know we had a lot of listeners last week, the most listeners we had in any podcast we've done to date. So we hope that you guys played a role in getting his subscribers up. When you guys subscribe to him,
Whoa.
you make him successful, and in turn, you help us get a little bit of notoriety too. I ain't got a channel. Someday it'll be up. Maybe it won't. Fuck it. I'll write on Mike's channel. Fuck you. So anyway, what was that, Mike? What was that, Tenek?
Eamon just set him at 663.
There we go. Let's hope, guys and girls, let's hope that this
Holy
podcast
crap.
will get Tenek to 700 by tomorrow. He woke up after our last podcast with like 20 more subscribers, so let's just hope that we can push him to 700 with the ultimate goal of 1,000. Obviously, at year end was probably his original goal, but it's looking like it's going to creep up a lot quicker. So we hope that you guys are going to enjoy the show. Any words you wanted to say, Tenek?
Yeah, I just want to Honestly, I just want to take this time and thank you and Artful, and of course God of Death too, even though he's not here. And speaking of that, he did say he's coming home this weekend, so he's gonna be in the next episode. God of Death, we are looking forward for you returning. But honestly, guys, if it weren't for Cass and Artful, this wouldn't be possible. Especially Artful, he's the one who inspired
Art in them.
Art in them. And Artful is the one who encouraged me to ride with Neverwinter, and it's been such a life-changing experience for YouTube. My subscriber base has literally almost doubled since I started this work, and it's just been amazing. So honestly, yes, thank you guys for the support. I'm so glad I'm growing, but a giant kudos to these two, man, because without them, none of this would be happening at all. So I thank you both, honestly. From the bottom of my heart, and I mean that.
You now, Artful's advice was to stick with one thing that was really working, and I will say though, you learned a lot by trial and error. You've done a lot of videos. Some of them, didn't really blow up. Some of them did. So I mean, you got to pat yourself on the shoulder too for putting in the work that it takes and the time that it takes to do half of these videos, because I tell you right now, I go in Share Factory, I don't even know how to fucking make a fucking 10-second video. So, more power to you for taking the time and really devoting yourself to this craft. So if you guys are listening, fuck it, spread the word. And if you fucking know somebody who can get this podcast into something really big, fucking you better talk to them right now and give them our names, alright? We're gonna make, this show will take off one way or another. But it'd be great if you could be the guy or girl to be like, yeah, I helped them get on. So, Artful, you have anything to say before we get started?
Nope.
Alrighty. So we got a list of questions, and as always, we encourage listener participation. So there's a live commenting feed going on underneath the stream there. If you're watching, if you're listening to us on YouTube, watching whatever. So feel free to throw in any questions at any time. We're not just talking about gaming, so it's
anything y'all want to ask.
Yeah,
as crazy as you want to get, go for it.
Yep. You want our opinion on something, or you want advice on something? Hey, shoot away. We're here. So we're here all night, and we're not really actually here all night, so don't keep me up too late. Let's start with the first one here. Alrighty. This is from Amanda in Nevada. No, Nevada. Whoops. What is a weird phase you went through when you were younger?
Who wants to start? Oh, me? Shit, I got a couple.
Oh shit.
You know what? I'm gonna just sum all my phases into one, because just to show you guys how weird it is.
When you were making out with dudes?
Yeah. Just fucking plowing guys every day. But
I said making out.
Oh.
You had to take it there.
Yeah. Shoot. You went from just dating. I went to full blown sex. But I gotta say, my craziest phase it's not even just one phase. It's the multitude of phases I went through when I was younger. I went from little punk rock emo skater kid to wannabe thug and rapper, trying to go back to skater kid to gamer. So I don't know. I don't even want to say it's weird, because it was just all school and high school. I just wanted to try and be the cool guy, and it just failed for 12 years straight. And I don't know. I just think every single one of those I jumped to are just really all very different from each other. My taste of music changed each time, and everything. I don't know. It's weird. I went from rock to rap, back to rock, to pretty much 24/7 death metal and J-rock. And we also got a user submitted question, which I guess we'll tackle next. What made us what made us start this podcast. That's a good one.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's me.
Well, that is true. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever in a car with these two motherfuckers, jump out, tuck and roll, because them motherfuckers will blast that heavy metal shit until your fucking brain explodes. So, just anticipate that shit, alright? And Artful has a system in his car, so it's all that plus bass. Yeah. It's quite a... It's quite uplifting, I guess.
Did you get to witness us like swinging our heads together and everything and all that fun shit?
Oh,
too?
yeah! Yep.
So you highly enjoyed it, is what you're saying.
I spent the whole time thinking about how I could escape the car without getting hurt that bad.
I love it.
Well, I'll go. I wouldn't say I ever went through a weird phase per se, but the most, I guess, high school phase I was in was the whole urban phase. You know, I wouldn't go all the way to say gangster, but the urban phase. When we were in high school, white tees blew up and became the thing. Oversized white tees at that. So in ninth grade, when I had friends up in a different town up over the bridge, white tees were already starting to blow up over there, but they hadn't really took off in Middletown like that yet. So I started wearing white tees towards the tail end of ninth grade, and then back then you could only find like a 3X, but the goal was to like find the biggest fucking tee you could find and shit. And you know, come 10th grade, everywhere you went, motherfuckers wearing 5X t-shirts. For no reason. It served no purpose whatsoever. The more and more I think about it now, you know, other than the fact that they would be clean, crisp white tees, you know, and you'd still spend money on your jeans and stuff and your sneakers and things like that, but everything was just oversized. But yeah, when you look back now, it's silly because, you know, I wear fitted clothes now, and you know, the only time I like anything a little loose is when I'm playing basketball. I like my shirt to be a little more baggy, but that's it, just so I have room to move around. But yeah, I would say that was probably my, I guess, quote-unquote weird phase. I never really, you know, it wasn't necessarily weird because there's always a crowd, but you know, and that was the it thing to do at the time. So, and all of us in here, we all had white tees at some point, or any kind of
Some
color tee.
motherfuckers are still in that phase.
Yeah, no, I just saw some today.
You go to Dover, you'll see it all the time. Dover, Delaware, ladies and gentlemen, them motherfuckers are still living in '05. If you're ever out there, man, you might see a motherfucker rocking some Jabot jeans and a white tee and a fucking two-tone
I'm not gonna lie, I
do-rag.
do miss Jabots. I'm not gonna lie, I like those jeans.
They were nice. They were expensive. And then the fucking creator was like, I didn't never made these jeans for fucking urban people. And that was the end of them.
Rip.
So, Artful, did you have any phase you wanted to share?
I mean, that was pretty much it through high school. I mean, what you mentioned earlier. You know, I think everybody goes through that phase in high school where they're trying to define themselves and figure out what they're really into and what they like, so.
True.
True. I gotta agree with that. Hell, you guys heard mine. I did a lot of soul searching.
Yeah, soul searching.
Yeah.
Think you found your soul at some point.
Did I?
So, moving on.
Hey, what's up, Chicken
This
Nuggets? Thanks for coming through, bro.
Hey,
I didn't see your first
Chicken
comment.
Nuggets!
I'm sorry.
That's my homie. Yo, what's up, Chicken Nuggets? Thanks for tuning in, man. I don't hate you today. I hate Neverwinter. That's why I was talking shit yesterday, or was it yes? No, 2 days ago. All right. What was a user submitted question?
You submitted a question was what made us all start this podcast.
Oh yes. Well, long story short, if you're a subscriber of Tanek, look into his page, and I don't know if you have to dig deep or if it's on the front page, but there's a series we did called Blood Bros, and it was basically a walkthrough on New Game Plus of Bloodborne, and we would stream and do commentary and shit like that. And one day we were just chilling. We didn't really have plans to advance in the game, and we said, "Hey, why don't we do a fucking podcast, Tanek?" And we finally fucking just got on. It was me, Artful, Tanek, God of Death, and we just fucking we started it up. And Tanek was playing some game at the time. I don't remember. It was that's what you'll see as the on the
Oh
screen.
yeah, Onigiri.
Yeah, we started doing a now. It was like a now versus then type of podcast theme, and we had opinions of ourselves, and then God of Death, who was in high school, so he's the younger cousin of Tanek. So it was good to hear the two differing views, and people started asking questions that were watching, and then we were just like, man, we need to do a Q&A. And then we had been talking. This was several months ago. We had been talking like, why don't we? Tanek had already done, or created the name for the show, and we said, well, let's do it, And he said, all right, well, let's start with the episode 1. And I said, well, why don't we just do the Q&A that we promised that we never got around to during the Blood Bros series? And fast forward about a month later, actually, yeah. Tomorrow will be 1 month that we started this show, and we've brought you an episode every week.
Shit.
And now we're this is what we like, this is what we do. We got a lot of positive feedback, so we're gonna keep bringing it. Thanks for that question, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
One of Tanek's guild members in Neverwinter asked, "What is your favorite sexual position?" Now we're gonna start with Tanek on this one.
Oh, why me?
To see if he will respond the same way he responded with us.
I will. Screw it. My favorite sexual position? I like missionary. I like having my woman's legs up in the air, being able to look into her eyes, see her face, make out with her, and blow my freaking load. Yeah, I said it.
Oh man.
Chicken Nuggets has one too. I'll announce that once you guys are all done.
Alright.
Oh boy, God of Death's about to come at me. He said, "Missionary Mike." I feel it. I already see a paragraph of shots just coming. Come on, hit me with it, God of Death. Come on.
Just so he can stare at the girl's eyes and make out with them.
I like passion, man. I'll say it. I'll say it. I'm a making love kind of guy. I don't got
You're
no
a
problem.
sucker. You're big love. That's what you are. You gotta embrace it.
Yeah,
you like to make
I don't got
love.
no problem. Yeah, I don't got no problem admitting that. Fuck it.
I would. No, I'm just kidding. Artful? No, actually, Artful probably wants to go last. Artful's a freak.
Yeah.
So, personally, my favorite, which I don't do all the time. I like to save it, to make. I like to space it out because it's much more fun. My all-time favorite would probably be Doggy Style. Feeling it that way from the back. What? Motherfucker.
You can't even see the woman.
From the back. Oh my god.
You see her fucking back.
Oh man, you about to lose like 50 viewers just off
I
that.
know, right?
So basically, yes, it's less passionate, Tanek.
Your God of Death
However,
is coming at me hard.
you feel it the best because you can go in the furthest, and when you're
That's true. That's true.
When you're really in there and you're pounding that fucking female or male, whatever you are, if that's your thing. I'm just saying though, and they can't fucking handle it that way because it's just a whole different feeling than missionary. And my favorite fucking girl has her face down the pillow, just screaming so she's not too loud. All time, that's probably my favorite. Yes.
Wow. Freaky. Man, oh man.
So artful.
All right.
Brace yourselves.
So, my favorite position. It's similar to doggy. A little bit different
Yep.
though.
I know. What you're saying.
It's basically where you're hopped up on your legs, crouched down, and you're fucking giving her the old slamathon, blowing her fucking back out. And to next point, you don't see her face, but I mean, who the fuck cares? When you see that ass consuming your cock, who gives a shit? Why,
Agreed.
who cares? All I want to see is a nice fat ass fucking coating my cock all night long.
Yep. And I told Tanek earlier, missionary can be fun sometimes, but to me, it's not about. I mean, making love happens, but fucking happens. And
Yeah.
I told him, for me, missionary, if I'm fucking slamming the shit out of her and her tits are smacking her in the face and her head's hitting the headboard, then yes, I do enjoy missionary, but not so I can gaze into the deep blue eyes of my sexual partner and fall for her even more as I'm stroking slowly once every 30 seconds, long slow strokes, looking her in the eyes and giving her a
Connect to you
French
slow
kiss.
stroke?
Huh?
He has to. If he's making love, he has to slow
You'd be
stroke.
slow stroking, huh?
Yep, and kissing
Sometimes.
them and taking his
You
time and
bitch.
just making out. I mean, I'm all for kissing every now and then, but I'm fucking slamming it when I'm doing that. So.
Oh man, we need more questions like that.
Oh, we got a few. They're just a little further down, but we got a few. Don't worry. Now, anybody out there listening, sorry if that made you feel a little tingly inside, especially if you're female listening. But hit us up. So anyway, we got we got. What would your dream job be, ultimately? I'll start with that one. I work with kids. Personally, if I could get paid for something like this, I would have the money to open like a youth center, and I would just be like the director, and I wouldn't actually work. I just kind of come in and make sure shit was running smooth and talk to the kids and make sure everybody's doing good. But just to have outlet for some of the kids in the community. At least where we live, there's not really like a place they can go to where they don't have to pay a lot of money or anything like that. We don't really. Our Boys and Girls Club is shitty. It's not really a Boys and Girls Club. There's like a sports complex, but it doesn't even have basketball in there, and you gotta pay like pricey membership. So ultimately, that would be my dream job, to have a place like that where I would be the actual person to run it / own it or whatever, and not really need to charge them a whole lot or work out some kind of thing with contract with the state. I don't know, something like that. A better Boys and Girls Club, basically, that would focus on well, my girlfriend's a dietitian, so basically would focus on behavior shit, making sure they're having fun, and then also some nutrition stuff with it. Ultimately, that'd be a dream job for me, or a basketball coach, but that's a little more stressful. So
Nice.
who wants to go next?
Hmm.
I'm interested to hear to next dream job.
Okay. And hey, shout out Asylum Warden for agreeing with me on that missionary shit. I love you for that one, man. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Somebody else likes those legs up in the air too, baby.
Okay,
Woo!
so it's two people.
Okay.
Yeah, you and him,
All right,
each
but
other's legs in the air.
as I'm sure all you guys know, fuck you. But as I'm sure all you guys know, my dream job is to become a game tester. It's pretty much the reason I do YouTube. The point of my channel, yes, I love playing video games. I love entertaining, and I love showcasing everything. I do in gaming, and this has been a wonderful experience. But the whole point of what I'm doing is to get the attention of the game industry. You know, to show them that I know how to properly test test a game. You know, rip it apart and tell you what's good, what's bad about it. That's why a lot of times on my channel you guys would see me jump from game to game. That's why I've pretty much grabbed Artful by his collar and dragged him all around the world of genres of games with
All around the world, all around the world.
with no remorse whatsoever. Which I'm sure he will tell you guys about one day. But I don't know, just to be honestly, either get big with YouTube or become a game star. And what up, True Star? Thank you for coming through, bro.
True
But
star.
that's my
What's up, man? Stay true.
that's my dream job.
Not a porn star? Come on, man. That's our fool's dream.
Johnny
Go ahead,
Lynn.
Artful.
Go ahead, Snack. What were you gonna say?
Johnny Lynn, that's it.
Oh. Well, besides my obvious porn profession, I think the only other career field that would really interest me, like if I had a choice and if I could choose how my life was going to turn out, I think I would want to be some kind of professional fighter. I mean, that's something you have to get trained from as a child, so kind of missed that fucking boat a long time ago.
Yeah. It's late in the game to pick up something like that. I mean, MMA maybe, but something like boxing, yeah, you had to been
Yeah.
training since you were a fucking kid.
So I mean, but I think that shit is tight. I
True
mean,
Star, I'm gonna fucking kill you. My fault, Artful. Keep going. I'll tell you why in a
what did you
minute.
hear about your fucking missionary bullshit?
No. Hold on. What up, Wolf? Thank you for coming through.
Yo,
What's
shout out to
up?
Wolf.
Shout out Trick Shot. Thank you for coming through, man. True Star, guess what he said about my dream job, and you guys are gonna get a kick out of this. Just
I love
take a
it.
guess first. Take a guess.
He said game testers don't even make that much.
No. No.
That's what he was gonna say.
It's even better. You're gonna laugh harder than what you are now
Oh fuck.
because you say this on a regular basis.
Okay.
No. Tanek secretly wants to be a gay porn star.
Oh.
Yes, that is true. He does. It's not really a secret though, but
Yeah.
Mike, can I share them the telephone conversation with me, you, and Carlton many years ago?
Sure. Go for it.
It's funny, we tease Tanek all the time, right? Obviously, this was 10th grade, so it's quite some time, over 10 years ago for sure. Back when we didn't all have cell phones, we were on a three-way call, and we were just bored messing with Tanek, and we just kept saying, "Hey, Mike, go to a gay club," and we literally were not saying anything besides that. So it started getting Tanek annoyed, and then it got quiet. We were talking about something else, and then it got quiet, and then it was like, "Yo, Mike," he was like, "Yo," and then I was like, "Go to a gay club." He just got pissed off and hung up the phone. So we called him back. We called him back on three. We were like, yo, we were just playing, man. He's like, "Are you fucking done?" We were like, "Yeah, man, we're just fucking joking with you."
I
Like,
remember
chill.
that shit.
And then fucking Carlton, our boy Carlton out of nowhere was like, "Yo, Mike, for real though," he was like, "Go to a gay club." He did it all over again. He got so pissed. But no, tonight's not gay. We just fucked around and joked with him. Obviously, nowadays, fast forward 10+ years, it's not as socially acceptable to joke around about that kind of stuff. But back then, if you're old enough, back then that's how it was. So, but
Yeah,
real quick
Eamon
on that
said
dream,
you can
on
see
that,
it in my face.
on the dream job thing though, real quickly, we also have a little business idea. Ultimately, if any of you guys are rich and you want to donate about like $50,000, let us know. We'd like to open a hookah lounge out here in the place that we live in. So if you know anybody that can help make that happen, shit, send them our way, please, and thank you.
Yeah, that would be pretty tight.
So, And users like, or not users, I guess I'm saying that, listeners, um, we encourage you to ask any questions as well. Submit anything you want to ask. Next up, though, where is your favorite place to shop? I'm gonna assume this is more so like clothes and stuff.
Alright.
Who would like to go first?
Tanek. I'm real.
Oh,
I just
fuck.
want to see Tanek's big ass walking around shopping, carrying around like 6 bags from a mall and shit.
Um, God. Just clothes, or... Because I was going to just make
Yeah,
it easy on myself, and I was going to say
Okay.
GameStop. But...
Well, yeah,
Man,
but
I
come
know.
on.
But, clothing-wise,
a
I
little bit
have
of
to
clothes
say,
and a little
like...
bit of whatever else.
I have to say, God, I can't even think of the name of the stores now. Places like Hot Topic. I like a little bit of like American
Spencer's.
Eagle. Yeah, Spencer's. Nordstrom's is okay if I'm not in there buying anything too crazy. They do have some nice stuff.
Expensive.
Yeah,
Expensive
they're
as fuck.
expensive as shit, but they do have some nice stuff. I'm a fan of like Sevens, Lucky, and Diesel. They're expensive, but they look okay when put with the right things. But mostly just Hot Topic, and I buy a lot of like video game related clothing. So I shop on a lot on God, I can't even think of the name of that website. Jinx. I bought a lot of clothing from there,
Hmm.
and Machinima and stuff.
I didn't
But
know that Jinx has like game related stuff.
mhm, a majority of it is.
You
And
know,
Chicken Nuggets got a question. Got another question
all
too
right,
after this one.
we'll get to that. Um, I will tell a story briefly. I'd never been in Hot Topic in my whole life until maybe 3 months ago, 2 months ago.
Are you
One of the
serious?
kids I work with, yeah, because back in the day it used to be more like a gothic store. So,
That's why I
now
like it.
now it's kind of changed. Well, it's changed now. It's not all
Yeah.
goth. It's more like, it's got it's more, you could say, nerdism.
Yeah.
Yeah, anime
That
and
store,
all that shit.
yeah.
Mhm.
And one of my kids that I work with was like, "Hey, can we go in here?" I was like, "Hey, man, you lead the way." I was like, whatever. And I saw they had a lot of comic book shit, and saw some Dragon Ball Z clothing in there, all that shit. But there was this one tank top I was looking for that they had in there, but they only had like three left, and none of them were my size. It was a Game Boy Color tank top, but it was like the blue one, the bright blue, and it just had the Game Boy Color like display on the front or whatever. And I just really wanted that fucking tank, but it just wasn't there. And I wonder if Jinx would have that.
They probably would. If not,
I could just check Hot Topic website too.
yeah. Yep.
But my favorite place to shop currently, oh man, probably over the last couple of years, Old Navy. I love Old
Ah, I
Navy.
forgot
So
about them. They're
affordable,
good too. Yeah.
so affordable, so many current styles. Just I like it. It's affordable, and I usually go in there and get a lot of clothes. I like shoes. I frequent Foot Locker more than I necessarily purchase from them, but I do like a lot of Nike stuff. So if I'm at the outlets, it's Nike, Under Armour. Dick's has a lot of fucking like those type of clothes for sale, or they always got some kind of sale going on in there. But those are my go-to stores pretty much. Sometimes JCPenney, but for the most part,
What
those
up,
are my
Chopper
favorite
guy?
stores.
Thanks for coming through, man.
What's up, Chopper Guy? How about you, Artful?
Um, well, I've really stopped shopping too much. But usually if I do go out, I'll get a T-shirt from all the used to be mainline stores that nobody really goes to anymore, like JCPenney
Mhm.
or Macy's or any of them stores. I mean, I got like graphic tees and shit, like
Mhm.
get sriracha shirts and bullshit like that. But I don't know. I don't really go to too many specific stores. It's kind of
Right.
just like if I see something, I'll grab it
Cool.
and then hope it doesn't get
Understandable.
robbed from my house. So,
Golden Reaper, what up, man? Thanks for coming through, dude.
Appreciate you listening to us right now. You could be doing anything else in the world at 1:26 a.m., but you're listening to three dudes shoot the shit.
but
So
Hot Topic has some Red Hot Chili Pepper shirts and shit too.
yeah, they have a lot of band
Oh
shirts in there.
yeah,
I
they
noticed
do.
that. And Spencer's has some too, but typically I don't buy from Spencer's as much. But I've never purchased anything from Hot Topic either. But I may one day.
Get a dildo.
You say
Yeah,
dildo?
from Spencer's. Anyway, moving on.
The fuck?
See, this is why we say he's gay.
What's that gay shit,
Just so you
man?
got, I'm gonna just throw it out there, folks. This is why we say it. So, you said Chicken Nuggets had a question.
Yeah, it's similar to
Nugs.
one we had on a previous Q&A, but it's a little bit deeper. What is your favorite video game of all time?
Okay.
All right, have a good night,
Go for
Asylum
it.
Warden.
Next.
Thanks for coming through, man. And
Yes,
Golden
man,
Reaper,
hold down that
Neverwinter is
Asylum.
wonderful, dude.
Go for it.
What, all-time favorite video game?
Yeah,
Mhm.
And why?
we know what it is.
All-time favorite.
Go ahead and
God.
say it. Kingdom Hearts
Yep. Not just any Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2.
2.973.
No, Kingdom Hearts 2. The
Okay.
thing I love about Kingdom Hearts the most is that the Kingdom Hearts 2 the most is it actually felt more like a Final Fantasy game. Like the first Kingdom Hearts was good, but it really just felt like a bunch of Final Fantasy characters kind of trapped in a Disney universe. Kingdom Hearts 2 was just so much more. They got the Final Fantasy characters like a lot more involved, like fighting with you in combat and everything. They built the combat up so much more, based a lot of things on combos, strategic gameplay, and I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of the advantages they gave you in Kingdom Hearts 2, I feel like you were a bit overpowered compared to Kingdom Hearts 1 because you could do so much more. But I don't know, Kingdom Hearts 2 was just an amazing game, and I definitely have to say that's probably my favorite game of all time, and I am waiting for them to port that on PS4. Please, please, Square Enix, if you are by some miracle you hear this podcast, please do that shit. I will freaking
Nah, don't do it.
I don't know. I'll just
Don't ever do it.
Tell Tanek he has to go to Gay Club if you're gonna put it on PS4.
yeah. If they put Kingdom Hearts 2 on PS4, I will go to a gay club one time.
And you gotta do
Ooh.
stuff.
I'm not doing stuff. I'll go in there.
You are doing stuff.
I'll go in. Yo, if they do that, I will walk in there.
No, you're gonna stay in there. Never
No, I'm
come
not
out.
staying. Yeah, screw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you are.
Fuck that shit.
So how about you, Artful?
Well, one thing I don't understand with Tanek is, didn't they do a remake already on PS3?
They have, and they're planning to redo it again. We'll just basically bring that to PS4 because like they did release them while the PS3 was dying. So I guess they want to give everyone who moved on a chance.
Interessante.
Yeah, I'm dying for it. Please make that shit happen. Oh.
But I'd have to say mine is it's either it's between 7 and Tactics.
I figured you'd say that.
Yep.
I figured 7.
Yeah, I was thinking 7. I was a little surprised you had Tactics in there, but I know you really love Tactics too. So
Tactics had, well, it's basically 7 had the futuristic storyline, whereas Tactics had the medieval.
Mhm.
So, I mean, overall, my favorite Final Fantasy game world would be uh, the Tactics universe, basically. I
Gotcha.
didn't really like what they did in 12 because they made it basically Tactics Advance universe, which was stupid, but whatever.
Well, that explains why you love Heaven's Ward so much. You like all
Oh
that
yeah.
medieval and dragons. So why the fuck won't you play Neverwinter?
Because it sucks.
Because I like
So,
real medieval,
Oh, okay. I gotcha. You like.
not
not zombies in medieval times.
not I'm an elf and getting fucked by an orc.
I keep
Fighting
forgetting.
zombies.
It's like comparing Kingdoms of Amalur and Dark Souls. I get it.
Fighting
Yes.
zombies.
Yeah.
Fighting zombies. So, okay. Well, we got that. My favorite game of all time. I've been trying to think about this, and I still think that it would. To me, I still think it's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, PlayStation 2. Because I can't ever think of any other game that had me glued to the storyline and had me glued playing out. Like I raced the clock to beat that game as far as storyline was concerned. Um, I loved that you were so used to the fucking white guys just walking around in Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City or whatever in New York and Miami. Um, I thought it was just cool that it was a different perspective, and it took place in the early 90s, and it captured Los Angeles and surrounding areas perfectly, um, you know, for that time period. And I love that you could drive to San Francisco and Vegas or whatever. I thought all that was cool. It just, it really, to me, it really captured that time period, and the culture. And I thought it was awesome that you could build your fucking dude up and go to the gym and lift weights and get him strong and go and beat the shit out of people, fight better. You could never could do that in any other Grand Theft Auto. Um, and I thought, remember, you could have girlfriends, I think, in that, and you could give them a call and take them out on dates and shit, and you could have
Hmm.
multiple girlfriends. You just had to keep them bitches happy. Um, but no, I don't know. I was glued to that game, and I still I don't even have PS2 anymore, but I still have that game sitting in my drawer, because I think that is my favorite game of all time. I'll probably give an argument for one of the Call of Duties, but overall, that's more so to play online with the friends and stuff. Not as far as I know Tanek loves all the Call of Duty storylines, but I don't really give a shit about them like that. Um, I really think that I would just have to say Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Nice, nice, nice.
Alrighty, moving
Chicken Nugget
on.
said he just watched a cow give birth. Alrighty.
Well,
Well,
if that's what
you're
you're into.
you're definitely in the right place, but we're not into that kind of thing. But hey, man, to each his own. God of Death says Dark Souls, the original, is his favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I can respect that. He said the graphics, challenges, PvP, everything. He says he's addicted to it. He says that was the type of game he was waiting for. Scott Madden, what up, man? Thanks for coming through.
Thanks for listening to our stream or our podcast. We appreciate it. And if you're not subscribing to Tanek already, please hit subscribe and tell your friends about us. It's an entertaining show. Well, briefly, while we're about to ask this next question, I guess I was just gonna say one last thing. I did enjoy the storyline for Call of Duty Black Ops 1. That was a fun little storyline. Up until the motherfucker was until the very end when they fast forward and he found out he killed JFK. I was like, all right, come on now. But but I did like that storyline. So yes. Tanek had a good question earlier. This was his own question he thought of that we decided to submit. I'm sorry guys, I didn't read all the people that asked you. Like, I didn't shout everybody out after the first question. Um, so the other three people, we had Jen in Delaware, we had Rob in Wisconsin. The favorite place to shop was Ashley in South Carolina. And okay, so shout you guys out. Sorry, you're probably not even listening, but thanks for asking the question. Tanek came up with this question. If murder were legal, could you think of anyone you'd want to kill? So since Tanek asked that question first, he can answer it first.
Yep. Roughly 3 people.
Mm. Okay.
Not gonna say who and why.
Whoa, 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 whoa! That's the point of the fucking question. Hold
What?
up. Hey, listeners, you gotta get on. You gotta give him shit about this. Get on him and tell him that he can't come up with a question like that and then just only answer it with a fucking yes. 3 people. Come on, listeners, help me out here. Egg this motherfucker. Tell this motherfucker he can't come up with a question like that and then just try to take the high road with it.
Alright.
Nah.
Well,
This is gaming, talk, and nerdism. No holds barred. Not safe for work. Not safe for your mom. Not safe for your dad. Not safe for your grandparents. All right. This is our show. We don't censor shit. We let it all out unfiltered. Tanek, you promote this show that way. You got to be that way. I hate to put you on the spot, bud.
Alright. Okay. Well, here, 2 of the 3 I can say. The third one I absolutely cannot say. And I'll tell you guys why after the podcast, but it just wouldn't be something smart to put on there. The first one would be for those who don't know, well, people who've been subscribed to me for a long period of time, as you guys know, I made a montage a few months ago called "The Memory of Zonell." It was for my boy Morgan that was killed in a car crash by a drunk driver. I want to say around February or March. Very dear, close friend of mine. He is actually the person who helped me come up with the name Tanek. That's why he's called Zonell. His middle name was Lennox, and it's spelled backwards. For those who don't know, my middle name is Kenneth, and Tanek is just Kenneth spelled backwards minus the H. And he was killed by a woman who was driving drunk and under the influence of drugs, just because she could. And right now, she is actually in the process of possibly walking away innocent, just because she is pleading not guilty. And I would just love the opportunity for her to be innocent and snap her neck right outside of the courtroom. But the second person is this kid Nathan that I fought in middle school. And reason being is because he was
the rumor kid.
Which one?
The one of the story got made up afterwards.
Hold on, what? Refresh
The office kid.
No. That's Chris Williams.
Oh, okay.
No, that's Chris. That's another day.
All right.
Nathan
so why
is
do you want to kill Nathan?
Okay. Nathan was like the ultimate bully of every single bully I dealt with all through middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And he just despised me for what I was and everything about it, down to my Game Boy, the Pokemon cards, the music I liked. He just hated everything about me, and he made it his duty to just make that part of my life shit. And even though I beat his ass in middle school, it's not enough. I hate him, and I would give nothing more than to do it again and just choke the life out of him.
It's fucking racist, man.
No, dude, it's just he just like he hated just everything about me for no reason. My height, the way I looked, the glasses I wore, the way I walked, the way I talked, everything for
He
no
hated your black lips.
no
Hated your
damn
black skin.
reason at all. I did nothing to this guy. I didn't even know
most
who the hell he was until he started picking on me.
Actually, he
most
just
importantly,
he just texted in and said you didn't go to gay club with him, so that's why he hates you.
Oh, okay.
and most importantly, I hate that black ass Wesley Snipes.
Chicken nuggets, man. Don't feel weird because your name is Nathan, dude.
Oh, that's him, yo. Yo, chicken
what up,
nuggets.
Nate?
You're from you were in Elkton, Maryland. Don't even lie. We're gonna beat your ass afterwards. Now, after this show, we're coming for you. Nah. You know what? Well, Artful, did you have anybody that you would kill if murder were legal? Any specific like person,
Hmm.
or would it be more like a famous historical figure or something?
Let's see. Oh man. So many fucking choices. One specific person. One specific person. Hmm.
Or a couple.
You know what? If I could go back in time, I would want to be the one that killed Osama bin Laden.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have shot him. I would have fucking torn his heart out of his chest while it was still pumping. And I would have just fucking held his heart in my hand and looked at him and said, "Allah!" and fucking smiled.
Oh shit. Okay, fair enough. What about anybody
Anybody
like
currently living?
in life, yeah, that you've come across that you just absolutely hated?
Besides the obvious answer of my supervision, let's see. I don't know. I don't know. I can't really think of a specific person. I mean, I could think of a group of people, but you know, I won't go there.
Well, I will say.
The thing is, I know what
was,
group he's talking.
Oh yeah, but the more and more I was thinking about this question, right, and hearing how angry Tanek got, I more so wanted to ask him a question in response because the more and more I thought about him, like, yeah, I mean, I had a bully probably that I could, picture now. I actually seen him one day while I drove. I seen him standing outside of like a Buffalo Wild Wings. Thought about just running him over. I could take him physically, but I just thought about running him over. But this is a few years. This is several years ago now. But nah. The more and more I think about it, though, I mean, hearing Tanek get that passionate about it, it made me really wonder what would that truly solve, though. In Tanek's case, he was thinking about revenge, and no matter if you get your revenge or not, you wouldn't get your friend back, and that's more what I was thinking about while you were saying that, and it made me. I think it changed my answer because I was probably gonna come up with a couple people, but I really couldn't think of nobody after that. I don't really know that murder being legal would actually change anything other than I'd get away with it, but
Right.
I think it still takes a certain like mini bomb in your head to go off and make you do something like that. So I don't know. I don't know if I really have anybody on that list, but I will say that I used to walk in my break room when I used to work with Artful, and there's this dude on the second shift, this fat chubby dude, just fucking always on. We used to have a little computer room. There was there was two computers, and he used to always be, if he was on break at the same time as me, he'd be on one and he'd be on the fucking phone in there making long distance phone calls to whatever, talking to ladies in Spanish, and it was just this fat dude. He sang like gospel music in Spanish, and he had little groupies, and you could hear him talking, and it just annoyed the shit out of me every time we took break together. And it got to the point I used to hate having to walk in there if he was in there. Like, I'd see it, I'd roll my eyes, fucking go sit down, and he'd be so loud on the fucking phone, and just, one time I was just sitting there and he was on the phone, like, I walked in and I had just saw him sitting on the one computer I like to be on, and I was just like, I had a vision in my head of me closing the door and just like walking in there and then saying, "Hey," and then just fucking smashing his head into the computer screen and these are big monitors back then, so just smashing his fucking head into the monitor and then killing, like, beating his face in with the keyboard nonstop. It was after I watched Dark Knight, so I used to get a little amped when Joker fucking slammed that dude's head on the pencil and made it disappear. I had in my head that vision was that quickness, just bam, and then just fucking going ape shit on him. But I didn't hate the guy or anything like that. So yeah, I really don't have anybody.
What
So
up, Dwayne Weeks? Thanks for coming through, man.
what's up, man? Um, any movies you're looking forward to?
I'm like so far behind in movies,
Okay. Well,
but
have you seen any preview?
I know I definitely want to see what was it, Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Civil War, but that's probably gonna be on DVD soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's been quite a few movies that I've been wanting to see, but like I watched Gods of Egypt. That movie fucking sucks. That was the
I
shittiest
heard.
movie I've ever seen. And I watched that Cloverfield Lane thing. That it was okay, but it pretty much sucked.
I love it.
Oh, we got another good question too. That's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta keep this one in my head because this is actually a pretty good one.
Okay. Well, Tanek, any movies you're looking forward to? You're not a huge movie guy.
Not really. I watch a bunch of horror movies, but there's nothing I can really think of. TV shows
Well,
maybe, but
I'll tell you, the next Ouija movie coming out looks kind of fucking. If you like horror movies, that one looks a little fucking scary.
oh
This
sweet.
bitch was
Okay.
the little girl was possessed by the ghost or whatever, and she had this. She was controlling this kid in the playground. He had a slingshot in his hand, and he was control. The preview shows her like controlling him to fucking pull the slingshot at himself. Oh man, that shit look crazy as shit. Um, for me though, yeah, right now I'm big on the comic book movies, so Suicide Squad is definitely that comes out in 2 weeks, and I'm really looking forward to watching that. Um, I watched Batman vs Superman. Obviously, a lot of people didn't like it, love it, but I didn't think it was the worst movie of all time. So I'd like to see how they carry on to this universe and expand it with Suicide Squad. And I like to tell people all the time, stop comparing it to Dark Knight. Excuse me. Nothing is going to be better than Dark Knight. To me, that's the greatest movie trilogy of all time. But it's not supposed to be Dark Knight. Those were completely different universes. So you just have to. This is more like the comic book universe. Dark Knight was a basically like a reality type modern day universe. And this is not that. So you can't judge it for that. And the way I tell people is watch the movie as if you're reading a comic. You flip pages. Comics are all over the place sometimes. So, but yeah, Suicide Squad. Doctor Strange looks to be good towards the end of the year. That's pretty much it. I did watch The Infiltrator yesterday. That was pretty good. I did enjoy that. I actually went with my mom because she wanted to see that movie. And I did see Tarzan last week. Not bad at all either. So.
Nice, nice. What up, Batman?
What's
Thanks
the
for coming
question?
through, man.
Nah. Batman's not watching because Batman's on the fucking stream, on the podcast. So there's no way. You're just mocking me right now, Batman.
Well, this one was a nickname you had in high school, but from the way he was talking, and it was Asylum who submitted the question, like a nickname that was given to you by other kids in school that you couldn't stand. Like they called him Garrett the Parrot or some shit. I can't even see the comment now on the screen. Yeah, or that 8 carrots or some some good shit like
Oh
that.
shit! Hold on.
So
Yo, I'm sorry. Asylum Warden, right? That's who it was.
yeah,
Oh man, when you listen to this, if you do listen to it later on when you tune back in tomorrow or some shit and watch the upload, I'm sorry, Garrett the Bear. I didn't really have any nicknames that I hated. You know, luckily my name's Kev, so people call me Kev. I will say that it took many years for people to call me Kev. Since I was a kid, I had always told, like in the beginning of school year when they say like, "What's your name and what you like to be called?" I'd always say Kevin, and I'd always tell them, "But I like to be called Kev." And no teacher, no kid ever fucking called me Kev. I didn't start getting called Kev until maybe middle school, um, close to high school, something like that, where more people started. Not everybody calls me Kev. Most people don't ever say Kevin unless they're like mad. So, um, yeah, I lucked out on that though.
Yeah, yeah. It was Garrett the ferret who eats carrots, who owns a parrot.
Fucking roasted.
Yo, Garrett the ferret. Wait, is he back on there, or you just scrolled up and read it?
No, he was back on there. He just reposted it for me.
Oh,
God of
I'm
Death
sorry,
had
man.
Booby Monkey was his nickname. Bob and Mr.
Yo,
Money.
I can't. I don't know why that's so funny. He's gonna be so pissed. We have a group chat with God of Death. He's gonna be so fucking pissed.
Booby Monkey.
Alright.
Me, I
Next.
don't know. Besides, the obvious that, God of Death stated Mr. Money, and I'll tell all you subscribers about that, why people call me that another day. But, I don't know, it was just a bunch of dumb common teasing names. I was called gay and faggot and stuff. I knew you guys were That's why I hate it so much.
Oh, shit.
But like no, all through middle school that was like the most common thing because like I was always that kid wearing like khakis and a polo or whatever. I didn't dress cool. So
True story. I did get Tanek his first white tee. I took him with me to the little hood spot I used to go to and got that.
I'm surprised Tanek didn't want to kill Kale.
Oh yeah, that was that would have been a good one. But nah, I don't think Tanek really had any nicknames per se. I mean, sometimes we'd be like, "Yo, what up, Dyke?" But we never said like Mike the Dyke. Called him Big Psych a couple times, but typically, I mean, it's just Mike. He didn't really have anything.
Yeah, I didn't have anything special or nothing. The only somewhat unique one was Mr. Money, and that's nothing really bad.
How about you, Artful?
Let me think back to high school. What was the worst one? Probably when Nate called me June. That was fun.
Wait,
What the
you
hell
used
he
to say
call
that?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I can see that, but I don't remember it?
You were there too.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just...
Y'all were like, Joan! I was like, oh, okay. Wow, that was original.
Oh,
You
shit.
guys really stretched for that one, but alright, you know. You got me! Whoa! Blew me away!
Holy shit.
I'm fucking roasted. High school is so fucking stupid.
We were all just like, Joe.
Motherfuckers would reach. Yes, you were.
I didn't say that. I think it
Yeah,
had
you
to be just Nate.
did. You fucking did.
It had to be Nate. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
I was like, whoa.
I called him Joe.
I swear, like, y'all motherfuckers must have stayed up till like 5 a.m. coming up with this shit.
Oh shit. Yo, I do not remember that. I can picture like Nate saying it one time, but I don't remember all saying that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, this dude Nate was a. In high school, I wanted to beat his ass. Me and Artful shared a locker. I mean, we didn't have to, but he had a top locker, and mine was like all the way on the other fucking side of the school. So I just asked him if I can put a couple things in there. And this motherfucker Nate drew a dick on our fucking locker with a Sharpie, and for the longest time it was just there. And then I was like, yo, I think rubbing alcohol gets rid of that. So Artful brought in some rubbing alcohol and we cleaned it up or whatever. And then like that day, Nate wanted to fucking admit that it was him and shit. And I remember wanting to
Yeah.
fucking beat his ass.
And it wasn't even a poor, like it was a poorly drawn one too. Like it wasn't, it was just the cylinder with two circles basically. It wasn't even like anything artistic whatsoever. I mean, I guess that that's a trend in his life because his nickname for me. But Joe.
Oh, shit. Moving on.
We're gonna call him Joe
fuck.
tomorrow.
All right. Any games you're looking forward to? We'll keep it to like one or two.
None.
The next.
Final Fantasy 15 and COD 4 remake.
Okay. I would say Tekken 7 is my number one. I'd like to look forward to whatever shooter we're gonna ultimately end up deciding to play. Yeah, and a wish list if EA Sports would say, "Fuck it, we're gonna make another fight night." The last fight night was really good, and I really want another fight night, but I want it for the PS4. So, alrighty. Here, we're back to the fun stuff.
Oh boy.
What was the most risky place you ever had sex?
Tanek.
How the fuck did I know y'all were gonna start with me? A car. And it's not the fact that it was in a car, but it was a location.
Motherfucker, you're 6'5". It was the fact that it was a car.
Fucking legs were sticking out of the car.
I know.
And
Kicking your mirrors and shit.
it was here at our local Wawa.
Mm.
That's why.
Nice.
And you know, like, you guys know
Okay.
that hot time spree, like around like midnight and 1 in the morning, where they where a lot of people are coming.
Where all
Was
the
it right?
crackheads walk around and ask you for $2 to get to Maryland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was around that time. So even I was like, yeah. I mean, I still did it, but fucking yeah, that was probably my most risky place. 'Cause can't cops bust you for that shit if they catch you in decent exposure or something?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean you can get in trouble
They'll
for
probably just laugh at you, honestly, but
Yeah.
it. I'd probably say mine was in a car too. I mean, this is my girlfriend's driveway. Um, Other than that, I messed around one time in an unfinished house. That was fun, but we didn't have sex. Um, that was fun.
Yeah, got a death with a do not disturb sign on the door of the car.
yeah.
Yep. Couple houses down from Tanek's house that wasn't built yet.
Yes.
Let's see. Anywhere else risky? Nah, I don't think. I did get head in a kitchen of a house with windows up and shit. Not the windows up, like no, with curtains up. So anybody who drove by could have probably caught a glimpse. I will say no names. So,
Yeah, I'm not saying a name either.
I'm gonna keep that one to a minimal, minimal story. How about you, Artful?
Um, I'll let you guys weigh the decision. It's between getting head in the woods behind somebody's house
Oh,
to
wait, I probably did that too. Same, is it the same guy? Oh, are we?
I got fucked and sucked so many times in the car I can't even remember half of them. Fucking on some girls that I just met's driveway. Uh, Finger blasting in a pool. Um, risky.
I completely for you, man. When you made me remember, and that's why I started laughing because I'm wondering if it's the same girl.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
It's someone else.
Because someone Artful and I had in common years back. You know, good old Dos Kevs may have went swimming, and then proceeded to you know, the way the girl's yard, she lived in the woods, kind of, and there's trees to the right, house on the left. In the middle, you pull your car up and you can go further in, and then there's a pool in the back. And we went swimming. Then we walked over to my car, and good old Dos Kevs may have, gotten a good old slob on his knob outside in the open, just leaning up
Yes.
against his car. So for a minute, I thought that Artful was referring to the same person. But yeah, so that was also kind of risky because her dad could have came out or something and seen, but she didn't care, so I didn't either.
God of Death thinks that Artful's had sex on a rooftop before.
No.
Nope.
And Asylum
Not on
Warden
a
got a good
rooftop.
question for us.
What's that?
What is your best moment in life?
Best moment in life? Didn't we
Mhm.
have this? I could have swore we had this.
May have had something similar. I don't think exactly.
Maybe. At least for me, up to date, the best moment. Oh, no. This was in therapy with one of my kids. I answered this question. To me, my best moment up to this point, probably graduating college. I mean, finishing it. I didn't go to I went to my associate's graduation, but for my bachelor's, I didn't feel like going. I just got my shit mailed to me. But just finishing that, being able to say I did it, that's probably the biggest moment of my life up to this point. And then the only other thing besides that, winning championships coaching. To me, that's been rewarding, Special Olympics especially. But
Nice.
I can't really think of nothing that big. How about you, Tanek?
Me personally, I have two. The first one was the birth of my daughter, just simply because I actually got to have a kid in an okay relationship, and actually got to be at the hospital, participate in the pregnancy and all that stuff without freaking
Right.
going through a real life episode of Mari and actually feeling the emotions of having a child. And the second was the first time I ever hit the $100 threshold with Google AdSense, because it was the first time ever in my
Nice.
life I made money playing a video game. And it was just an amazing feeling. It just, even though it was only $100, it was just like, wow, I made money freaking playing PlayStation. And that was just for me, and what I want to do. That was the best fucking feeling ever.
Nice. I like that. Artful?
I think I share one with Tanek with the Google thing. That was pretty cool. and also buying a house. That was
Yeah,
Oh
nice,
yeah,
that's a big
congrats on that.
that's a big check on the old
nice.
list. So
I'll say that one other thing. Now that I thought about that when you mentioned that, um, I helped my mom. I mean, I put money towards my mom getting her car. This is now, I forget how many years ago now, but 8, 9 years ago now. But yeah, that felt good to be able to do that too, and to be able to give like more um,
hmm
than she was giving just for her down payment or whatever. Yeah, that was a good one. But
Huh.
okay. So after
God of
that,
Death has one.
what's that?
That's actually
oh god.
actually no, it's not bad.
Oh, okay, it's a good one.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised it's coming from him of all people. How did we all meet?
Guess I should tell that story.
Yeah, you'll be the best
Um,
one to answer that.
I met Artful the first day of high school. We sat next to each other in doc processing, and this was September of 2001. And I remember thinking that I thought that he was somebody from a previous school district that I went to 2 years earlier, and I was like, so I didn't want to say, hey, is your name Tim? But I was just like, hey, what's your name? And he was like, oh, I'm Jonathan. I was like, oh. I was like, you look familiar. I was like, but I was thinking somebody else. And I just started talking to him, and I was just like, hey, you like Linkin Park? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh shit, me too. And then I was like, you know that song Crawling? And he was like, yeah. And I fucking love that song. I was like, it's not typically what I like to listen to. I was like, but I love that song. And then we were reading the class syllabus, and the whole time I was like, while the teacher was up front, I was reading the class syllabus like to the tune of "Crawling" by Linkin Park. So I don't even remember what the fucking thing said, but I was just doing that. I had this motherfucker cracking up, and then I don't know, short maybe a couple days later, we just started sitting together at lunch, and then the rest was history. We were friends for a long since then. Um, and then I met Tanek, aka Mike, in the neighborhood. He moved to the neighborhood. It was the same year, in ninth grade. He moved to my neighborhood. I didn't know him at first. Because he had a bus stop all by himself further out, and he didn't really talk much. So I never really saw him like that. One time I seen him, he was asking if we seen some people, but we hadn't really like exchanged too many words like that. And it was one day, me and, as I previously mentioned, my buddy Carlton, and his younger brother, we were about to play ball, and we didn't have enough. And his Carlton's younger brother said, "Oh, that dude Mike plays a little bit." He said we were over at Shannon's house shooting around, and he was playing. And I was like, "Really?" I said, "Do you know where he lives?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's down this way." So he was like, "Fuck it." We walked down there, and he showed us where he lived. No, we asked this one kid first, and he said, "Oh, I think he lives at this house right over there." So he pointed that way. We went over to Mike's house. We just asked if he was there, and I think he answered too. And I was just like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I was like, I know we never really like talked too much. I was like, "But we just want to know if you wanted to come play ball." We were about to go, and we didn't have enough people to play. So he was like, "Yeah, cool." He came out and he played ball with us, and then the first few times he would just come out. He lived right down the street at the time. I lived right down the street, and I had before I moved, and I we should just say like, "Yo, we're gonna play ball after school. Kind of meet if you want to just meet." And he would come down and meet around a certain time, and we'd come out and we would just play. And Tanek doesn't tell you this often because he doesn't play now, but there was a point in time where Tanek and Artful, they both really got into basketball and played a lot. And there was a time when they were actually, decent at playing basketball. So they're not, sports ain't their thing now, but at one point they both got into it. Tanek is very tall, and he naturally was good at blocking shots without fouling. And Artful developed the jump shot at one point in time, and me and him used to run people on the little court that right by his house. So, but eventually we started having Mike come over to the lunch table, and that was probably 10th grade, and then Artful and Tanek knew each other since then as well. Um, but what was actually really funny, which is kind of weird, which I guess type of Destiny type shit, I guess. I don't know.
Hmm.
Not to sound gay, but the one time where our seating charts were for doc processing, Artful actually sat at the same computer that Tanek was in a previous period or two beforehand, and Tanek left a CD in there mistakenly, and it was like a Shine CD. Shine was a rapper back in the day, and and Artful was like, "Oh, I just found this shit in here," and I was like, "Oh shit, that's a Shine album." So like, I pulled it up and like listened to it. Found out it was edited. I was like, "Oh fuck, it's edited." He was like, he he was like, "Oh, I don't want that shit," and I was just like, "All right, I'll find somebody then." And then like, so we just walking around and then I think I bumped into this dude Sean, and I was just like, "Yo." He said something and he was like, "What you listen to?" Or I don't know how it came up, and I was like, "You want this?" He was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, it's edited." But he was like, "I don't care, man." He's like, "I'll listen to it." He's like, "I could use it. I could use He liked to try to rap, and he was like, "I could use the beats and listen to the beats or whatever." And I just gave away his Shine CD. Then like it wasn't until maybe a year later, Tanek was like, "Yeah, I had the Shine album and I left it in the fucking doc processing class." We found out that that was the same album that that we found and got rid of or whatever. Um, so yeah, we've been friends ever since then. Artful lived across town, which isn't far. It was about 4 miles and some change.
Yeah.
However, we didn't always have a car, so it wasn't until like my senior year when we all started like chilling more often. I'd pick up Artful and or get him after school, and then we would just go hang out or whatever. And then we got closer, as we got older as well. So that's how we all met. Who was
Asylum
that?
Warden.
Chicken Nuggets that asked? Oh,
No, that
Asylum
was
Warden.
no. That was gotta definitely. That's how we all met.
Oh,
Yeah.
good question.
The Asylum Warden has an interesting one, kind of deep.
What's that?
How long do you think you'll live?
Hmm. What about you? Can start that one tonight. Well, nah, don't ask Tanek, because if Tanek eats a fucking Twinkie, he's gonna die tomorrow. So don't, don't, don't fucking ask Tanek that question. He thinks everything's gonna kill him. He's in a phase right now, man. We're trying to snap him out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. For those who don't know, I have what's called health anxiety, where I get a little shooken up by uh foods that are on the unhealthy side, I suppose. But I don't know. I would like to say I would at least make it to 70, 80. I don't know. I would like to, but
Well, I mean, nothing currently. You have no health conditions or anything that would prevent you
yeah. I
from reaching
mean,
that. So,
yeah, and I mean my grandparents are they are both in extremely wonderful condition for their ages.
hmm
Like my especially my grandmother, she looks like she's probably in her 20s or 30s. Um, my grandfather is over 80 and still runs around like
that
he's
motherfucker's over
25.
80.
He's like 82 or 83 now, and
Damn,
he just,
Ed.
dude, and he's just that man is going, dude.
I didn't know that he was that old. I thought he was in his 70s.
Uh. He is not slowing down at all. So I would
So,
like to hope that I have that little gene of theirs and I'll live pretty long.
good. I would probably say, I don't know about y'all. Fuck you guys. I'm freezing myself so I can come back out 200 years from now. I'm freezing myself at 60. That way I still have a good chunk of change. Nah, they always say that if you're alive in like 20 years, you'll live till you're 150 because the technology will be so advanced. But so far, nobody's living to 150. I would like to say that I could, have some grandkids and shit like that and live. The only thing that scares me about getting old is like Alzheimer's and dementia. Um, I don't mind getting old physically and maybe needing help or assistance, but I couldn't. I don't think that I would want to be around if I had a brain disease like that, where I couldn't remember things or had spells where didn't know where I was. That kind of stuff just scares me. And if that's the
Yeah.
case, I already have a plan on how I'm gonna go out. So one of these motherfuckers got to steal steal a plane and fly me out so I can jump out into the ocean. Um, I just don't want to live through that, and I don't want to put other people through that either. My girlfriend's grandfather, has a small case of it. It's just a light case of dementia. He doesn't remember names typically, but some days he's just, he doesn't remember like how to do everything the way he's supposed to. So you got to remind them things and be on them. I just don't want it to ever have to come down to that. And I
Yeah.
know Artful's gonna say that he doesn't want to live long at all.
I'll be dead by 40. No. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know how long I'm gonna live. I know I'm never gonna retire because, you know, fuck Social Security. That'll never happen
Mhm.
for us. But I think once it gets to the point where I can't have the same quality of life, there's really no point in living anymore.
Right.
If I can't move around, if, whatever it is. So, I mean, there's people that search for the meaning of life their whole life, but really it's just to fucking have kids and do better for them than you do for yourself. That's really it. So, I
Right.
mean, as long as I can do that, cool. If not, fucking shoot myself in the head. I don't fucking care.
Well, while we're on that subject,
What's
I'm
up,
gonna use the
Legend Zero?
last.
Thanks for coming
w-
through, man.
We have three more questions that we have previously already received, but I'm gonna use the last question and move it out of order right now, just because it kind of goes with that whole how long we live. What's your biggest regret to date?
Hmm. I would say my biggest regret would probably be leaving the military.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have left the military. I'm surprised that you have a change of heart now.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm ever gonna like go back in now.
Mhm.
But I think thinking back on it, it I mean, all right, so the reason I left the military was because I just didn't have the time to focus on my degree and, what I wanted to do with my life. And
Mhm.
basically, whatever benefits they provided me were the same benefits that my employer provided me. So it was kind of like doing double the work for the same benefit.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean because that was one of my dream jobs when I was a kid, and I always wanted to do that. So looking back on it, I'm just kind of like, I probably should just, stuck it out. Because, I mean,
Right.
with the job market how it is now, nothing's guaranteed anyway.
Right.
True.
So, and I mean, just through my experience and through my girlfriend's experience, there's so much favoritism in this world. It really is who you know,
Who you
and
know? Yep.
Yeah.
so,
It's unfortunate, but that's the truth.
It really
Um,
and
is.
unless you're like one of the young kids now that are getting into technology, or you're inventing some new fucking Facebook or whatever the fuck, people do now, it just doesn't seem as bright a future. I mean,
mhm.
no, it doesn't exist anymore where you can work at the same job forever and continue to be successful because I mean, similar to inflation and everything else, you're not growing with the economy. You're sitting where you're at, and unless you make a huge jump in your life or knowledge or whatever, you're not going to keep up. Like, I mean, I think I make decent money, but really it's borderline poverty line. So,
Mhm.
it's nowhere near the average for the state, and you know, it's depressing to think that you can put a third of your life into a company and get nowhere. But that's just how it is nowadays.
Right. Yeah.
I hear you. I would say before we get to Tanek, my biggest regret to date, other than not acting on some of the bitches I had big crushes on, no. Honestly, I'd probably say that I would have probably went to school earlier. I got done still in 4 years, but I didn't. I decided not to go. I went to college after I finished high school, but I didn't really want to be there, so I dropped out really quick. Um, and then I waited till I was about 21, almost 22, yeah, when I went back, and I was much more mature. So yeah, I was happy for that. I was able to focus, and I did really good. Much better than I ever did in high school, or that I ever thought I would do in college. So, I wish that I could have taken that maturity at the earlier age and been able to stick it out and be done in 4 years, because I think I might have been able to have a job quicker, a better job, because you're talking right before the economy crashed, there were still decent options out there. And that economy shit really fucked up once for college graduates, because when people got laid off, it was basically an employer's market. They could pick whoever they want because they had the fucking cream of the crop. They had every single candidate in the world, overqualified, underqualified, right in the middle, and where typically when jobs are high, you know they need whoever they can get, but you know the demand wasn't high because there was no job. So you
Yep.
have 50 people, going for one fucking position, and they might give it to an overqualified person who shouldn't be getting that job because they're overqualified to begin with, and that's something that's like a, say, entry level position. However, you have to, you have that same perspective on their side, is they need to fucking apply for whatever job they could because they couldn't find a job, even though they were
Yep.
overqualified. So it's easy to see both ways, and I've been on the side of having money and not having money, and right now I'm right in between. So it's just, it's that'd probably be my only thing. Money ain't necessarily everything to me. But I love that I picked what I do now as what I went to school with. So I kind of wish I did that the first time around. But other than that, I don't think I have really any other huge regrets.
Right, right.
How about you, Tanek?
Well, me personally, I have three. Um,
Okay.
my first one is just not going to college directly after high school. My second one is not pursuing YouTube sooner because I don't know if you remember, guys, but I took two media classes my senior year of high school. One was broadcast journalism,
Mhm.
and I can't remember the name of the other one, but they were basically like the same class, and I didn't do anything in there but edit videos all day. And like every time I make videos on YouTube, I literally don't do anything on Share Factory and programs on my laptop and stuff, but just think about the things that Mr. Carter taught me in class when I'm chopping up videos, adding transitions, annotations, and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, I could have been big and making money and achieving this dream years ago if I would have actually just searched a web browser a little bit more and looked into this. And my third and final regret, and I have to explain this thoroughly, is um, leaving Middletown and getting with my son's mom. I don't regret my son at all, but um, being with her was the start of my life's downfall, and probably put me into the lowest point I've ever been in my life at all. Like borderline destroying everything from my mental stability, financial stability, just everything, left and completely home in a wreck from some crazy horror, just to come home and find out that I have a kid on the way with her, in a few months, and that was, I don't know, it was just the most discouraging thing ever. Don't get me wrong, I love my son, and I am more than grateful that he's here, and I wouldn't trade him for anything. But it was probably
We get that.
the most discouraging thing to ever happen to me.
For those viewers out there wondering, the second time the first time he ever went over to her house, and he called me back and told me how it went. I told him to fucking turn around and never go back. But you live and you learn. At the very least, he got a son out of it. But we get what he's saying. He's not saying he regrets his son, but he regrets everything about her other than that. And, you know, gotta live and learn, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's all you can do.
so, alrighty. The last two, about to be fun ones real quick before we say goodbye to you guys. We hope you guys still have your attention, and if we don't, we will now. Oral sex versus regular sex. I made a statement earlier to Tanek that I could get my dick sucked all day long, and it's actually a dream of mine to just sit there one day and just get head all fucking day. I don't even care. I don't even need to have sex for that day. Just to get fucking the best blowjobs ever and just sit there all day long. Either I'm playing a game or doing whatever I feel like it. Just the fact that I'm getting my dick sucked all day long. One girl, two girls, I don't care. 8 girls, fuck it, whatever. Tanek was like, "Oh man, you're crazy. Head's good, but it's not that great. You gotta love pussy, blah blah blah." And I do love pussy. However, I could go a day without having pussy. If I could, I don't need to have pussy one whole day for 24 hours. If I had the option to have sex or get a blowjob for 24 hours or whatever all day long and just get my dick sucked all day, man, I would pick that in a heartbeat. That's all I'm saying. The problem is the thing. The way I compare it is, girls will have sex because they either some will do it and some don't have to do anything. They can just do all the work, whatever. It doesn't take much. Not every girl wants to give head, and there are some that love doing it, but I don't think anybody wants to sit there doing it all day long. So if I could have that all fucking day long, I would jump on that opportunity in a heartbeat. And I used to always say they need to make fucking blowjobs like pizza deliveries and just call a place up and you can order a blowjob and they'll come over and fucking suck your dick and you tip them and the amount's already on the credit card to begin with, and that'd be that. But obviously that's prostitution. But if it was legal, shit, I know you guys would be calling in, viewers. I know you viewers and listeners out there. I know you'd be calling up my fucking Dama-Hos in Middletown, Delaware, and be like, yeah, I'd like to order 2 blowjobs with extra spit or something. I don't know, and fucking you be paying whatever it costs. Just think about that. One day, if it's legal, man, don't you know where you heard it first.
Go ahead, Tanek. Well, let's hear it.
Regular sex, man.
Yep, regular.
You already know.
Looking in. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is when he made the comment about staring at the girl's eyes and making out with her while he's having sex.
Don't get me wrong. I love a good blowjob, but man, shoot, look, I like being in it 24/7.
You know what I truly think it is, Tanek?
What?
I think that you've never been blown out your fucking mind by a blowjob.
Maybe. That
I
might
think
be the
that's what it
problem.
is.
That could be it.
That's just my opinion. Artful?
Well, I've had this discussion with my girlfriend before, and she's just amazed, and she's like, "Well, what's the difference? What makes it so much better?" And I'm like, "Well, all right, let's compare a vagina, which is a wet hole you slam your cock in, or a wet hole with a tongue that can manipulate your cock." With lips that can variably intensify or, I mean, come on.
And with some hand movements?
You know what, honestly, I hate hand. Get that fucking
Really?
hand out of there. I can't stand hands.
I'm a big no hands guy too, but if there are sometimes where the girl holds it right and
Yeah.
isn't doing too much hand and gets it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Some girls are better with their hands than others.
I have never experienced one girl with good hand motions ever. Because usually they're either fucking like dragging my nuts against the fucking ground or whatever the fuck they're doing, and I'm just like, wrong answer. I fucking hate it. I can't stand it. I mean, I've had experiences with girls in the past where I've gotten blown for entire nights, and it was outstanding.
Hmm.
And never once did they bother using a hand.
Hmm.
And I was utterly happy with that. Fucking blow my. And the other thing is with blowjobs is there's no repercussions for it besides possibly contracting an STD. But you can't get her pregnant. You can't. You don't have to wear a fucking condom.
Hmm.
All that wonderful bullshit.
Hmm. And also, let me throw another X factor into this whole debate here. I wonder, Tanek, simply because I feel like if you've been able to, then you might sway towards this decision as well. I wonder if you've truly ever given a good throat fucking to a female. It's not
Never.
for the weak-hearted. It's not for the weak-hearted females. So, I'm sorry if any ladies out there listening and be like, "Oh my God, oh, how could you even talk about that?" But some of you know how to fucking take it, and some girls love it. I kid you not. I had a girl tell me, "I'm gonna go down. If I try to come up, don't let me come up." That fucking set me off. Not even kidding.
I've never experienced that. I'm not even gonna lie about that
That
one.
was that was amazing. Oof.
I think my best experience getting a blowjob was with the aforementioned girl that I got sucked
Mhm.
all night on. So we basically had this deal where I'd finger blast the shit out of her, and she'd blow the fuck out of me. Well, one night I must have just been getting her good because it was at the point where like she couldn't even continue to suck it, and I was just
Mhm.
like,
I love that. I love that.
I'm gonna stop if you don't. And then I literally could not get her mouth off of it. Like I fucking tried pulling her up because she was going ham and cheese, and I was about to fucking nut, and she would not. Like I got her head like a quarter of the way back up, but it was fucking game over, son.
I love it. Nah,
Yes.
the best. Can you guys hear me?
Mhm.
Okay. The best head I ever got was in the kitchen of someone's house, and girl kissed me first. We started kissing, and she just started reaching, undid my shorts, went down to her knees, right there in the kitchen, and sucked the soul out of me. This wasn't even one of the. This wasn't even one of the throat fuckings. This wasn't even that. This was just. She went down and the mouth, everything. And I'm not a. Now I'll tell you right now. I've never been a fan of teeth, but this girl knew how to just lightly
Grazes.
touch with it. Yep. And I'm telling you, she went in, and she was a little bit of hand, not a lot. Um, and she went in, and when she gagged, I just got like extremely hard, and I don't. It wasn't even a long blowjob. I fucking came like I don't even know how many minutes it was. Maybe like it was no more than 10. Normally I get a blowjob for a long time. Like it wasn't long at all. I was just like fuck. It was. I don't know. It was a scenario where we were at. I don't fucking know. But that was easily the best. And then the next time was when said girl told me I'm gonna go down if I try to bring my head up. Don't let me come up. That. Mm.
Yes.
But you know, and that's just the comparison of blowjob versus
Mhm.
sex. I mean, sex is like just fucking slam it and then
Yep. Here, get my baby. I'll make a kid. Cool. All
All
right.
right,
Give
so
me some head.
I I got a question related to this though.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, have you guys ever experienced where you guys have had sex, she comes, and then it gets to the point where she's just bitching and crying about it hurting because you're still going, and you're just like, you just pulled out and you're like, fuck it, whatever, I'm done.
I've had. Well, okay. So not to disclose too much on here. I'm not trying to talk on myself. However, specifically with said blowjob queen, um, I guess I was too thick for her to come while I
Mhm.
was inside. So I always she would have to push me out just so she could let it out. Um, but I don't know that it was ever like they had to stop because of that. Like I think you know, you she just enjoyed it, so it wasn't. I'm sure it was a little painful because I could, you could read the faces, you could see the
Mhm.
facial expressions and shit like
Right.
that. But I think that she was loving it so much, you know what I mean. But there were a couple of times, and I'm not gonna. I'm like I said, it's not a brag session, but it was several times, and she had to just push me out for a second so that she could do it because she said it just wasn't, it didn't work like with it inside. But so I kind of know what you're saying.
Cause yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of experiences. Well, I mean, I date shorter girls too, so
I
I mean,
love
it's
short
probably like
girls.
fucking impaling them, but they get, I guess they're done, and then they're at the point where they're just like, can you like stop?
Damn.
And I'm like, no.
Chicken Nuggets asked if we've ever experienced blue balls.
Oh yeah,
All
man.
the
How
time.
old are you, chicken nuggets? Fuck. Yes, everybody gets them,
Yeah.
especially if you were close. Man, even if I mean less common there, but I know I've had a couple times with female experiences that didn't either. Something messed up or something interrupted and we had to stop. But shit, even when I was younger and you like you beating off to fucking porn and your parents came home or something, you had to stop. Well, man, I know that scenario was one of the times I had the worst case of blue balls ever. Like my shit just hurt.
Yeah.
So don't people out there, especially chicken nuggets, if you're young and you don't know, man, if you're close, don't just fucking stop. You better find somewhere to shoot that shit and just finish off, and otherwise you're
Yep.
gonna be in some pain.
Hurry up.
So, Tanek, have you ever experienced that where you had to stop?
Where I had to stop? Yeah, actually, yes, I have. Yep. They as soon as they get their orgasm, they'll start they'll start complaining. It's like it's weird. It's like they're all into it, and it just randomly goes dull right after
That's why
that.
sex. Trying to tell you, sex. Nah.
Yeah, 'cause I can
Oh,
definitely relate to what
another.
Artful's saying.
That's why I say head over sex. Another real quick thing to add to that to our point, artful. Anybody ever had sex with a fan on,
Yes, all the time.
blowing in the direction of the female?
Yes.
Anybody notice what happens sometimes when said fan is on?
Uh,
No.
no.
It doesn't get as hot.
Well, no. A fan can dry out the excess that comes like on the outside.
Mhm.
And I remember because I don't remember a long time ago, and then I remember I don't remember what it was, and then I just happened to look up and I realized we had a ceiling fan going on. If a girl's on top or something and it's a ceiling fan, that's not gonna interrupt it.
Mhm.
But if she's like laying or got her legs up and you're fingering her or anything, or you're about to go in and you're wondering like, what the hell, you were just wet like 10 seconds ago. They're still fucking soaked on the inside. It's just that that air going that quick can dry up on the outside. And I don't remember. It was one of my old coworkers, a girl coworker, and I remember asking her, like, "You ever had sex with the fan on?" And she was like, "I try not to be in the direction." And then she was like, "That shit'll dry you out." And I was like, "Yeah, I was just about to ask if that ever happened to you." Um, but like I said, in the very inside, it's one thing. That it doesn't reach like that. But
Mhm.
what I was gonna say was, a fan ain't gonna dry a fucking mouth out.
True.
True.
So fuck you, Mike. Head over sex all day long. And our final question: if you could fuck any famous person, who would it be?
Hmm. I'd say Selena Gomez.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
That's surprising.
I know she's young and shit, but I'd probably fucking nut in it.
Yeah, she ain't that young. I'm surprised.
This dude's
I
shocked.
really,
Yes.
no, I just really didn't expect that would be your answer.
I don't really like the generic. I don't know. I don't like the typical white models like everybody else likes. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people are in love with. I don't know, just like not anymore, but Angelina Jolie and all. People
I
like that kind
never.
of shit.
For some reason, I
And
never was into her.
yeah, that kind of shit just doesn't interest me really.
How about you, Tanek?
Um, Me, for those who haven't seen her, I'm actually gonna put her on the screen right now just so you guys know who she is because she has a really, really weird name. She is a fine model by the name of Shakur Sazada. This is her right here. One picture. Got another one. And she is just drop dead. I'd drink her fucking bathwater.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it really is.
Gross.
But yeah, it would have to be her, man. She's just, oh my god, she's everything that I fantasize about in a female, all mixed into one sexy caramel complected body.
So she's a dude.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
a dude.
What? How do you spell her name again?
Shakur Sazada. S H
Yeah,
A K U R
Tupac
yeah, that
Shakur.
spells it. Tupac Shakur.
S. I don't know why I said it instead of
Ciabatta
spelling it. I
bread?
don't know what was wrong. I think I just get that excited.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I can tell. Big
and
fucking hard on
Sozada is
over there.
spelled Sozahdah.
Eh, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her right now. Hang on. She's got a big rack.
Mhm.
It's alright. She kind of looks like a knockoff. Well, it's got a big rack. Probably. Kind of looks like Maya a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm not
that.
really a fan of her nose. Her nose is really long and hard and straight. I don't know. It's like,
Some Mike likes, man.
yeah.
Them hard nosed
She's
bitches.
alright. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I don't know. Her face looks really. That nose is killing it for me. I just want to punch it. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I just want to steal her right in the nose just for that. I don't know. For me, I don't really have like a huge famous crush right now. For the longest time, I used to love Ashanti when I was younger. And she just
Oh
posted
yeah,
some
I
pictures on
remember that.
Instagram, and I'd still give it to her. I do like. Let me see here. There is a girl, a model named Nora Segura that I follow on Twitter and Snapchat and stuff, and she used to snap me back often. I don't know, she's not my typical interest because she's not really thick or anything like that, but she's I don't know. I've always had a thing for her, and the only thing that sucks is that I think that she said the other day on her Snapchat she's like in love right now or something. So I'm thinking that's why she don't really be like interacting as much anymore, and that kind of sucks.
Huh.
But I'm trying to think who's the other model. No, as far as celeb wise, I don't know. I don't really have too many huge celeb crushes. Uh, oh, I'd fuck Misha Tate, the fighter from UFC. The one that just got her ass beat, but I'd give it to her. Um, I'd give it to her in a heartbeat. But I just came across this model the other day, actually. Um, Blonde hair, big boobs. Her name is Christy Valen. Valen or Valen, I don't know. But she's got some knockers. And she wears like these little glasses, and I don't really care for glasses all the time, but they look good on her.
Oh
And I
god, don't
follow
move
her
to
on
next city.
Snapchat. Oh yeah, I know.
I love
And
glasses.
Glasses.
I love
um,
glasses.
but she is just I don't know. She looks like a regular girl, which is kind of what's attractive to me. There's a ton of regular girls I'd love to fuck, so we don't even get started on that one.
I
How
mean,
about
that's what
you,
I like
Arsenal?
is just like
Regular?
regular girls.
Yeah, me too. Trust me, I there are plenty of regular girls that I want to just fucking.
Wheel on.
Uh-huh.
I mean, a girl she doesn't have to look like a model for me to be interested in it. You know, just to look, kind of cute, and
Yep.
that's really it. And she can't be blonde. It's
Well, this girl is blonde, so I know you won't like it, but
nope.
and probably the number one girl on my regular girl that I want to fuck is blonde.
Yes.
So, oh yeah, everybody answered that, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, good. I like that. Well, are there any other listeners asking any questions tonight before we sign off here?
No, we did get a compliment. I think it was Asylum saying that we're hitting 2 hours and he's surprised he's still here this long. So that means we're definitely
Hey, I
entertaining.
appreciate that. I appreciate that, Asylum. We
Yeah.
I told you, man, we like to shoot the shit, especially on Q&A night. You'll hear some other things too, and when we talk more specific topics and things like that, but we still bring our own little flair to it, so it's
Right.
it's kind of so that way we know that you're enjoying it too, and we like to give you a real perspective and not something forced, not something rehearsed, not something that should be said, but what we feel like saying. So glad that you found that entertaining. um Really glad to hear that.
Yeah. Now we just said, okay, that's enough. It's been 2 hours to go to bed, guys.
Well, it is about that time to wrap it up, so
Nice,
we just
Eamon.
wanted.
Glad you stayed the whole time, man.
What do you say?
He said he was also here when the podcast started. I remember him coming through.
Nice. Appreciate it.
Chicken
Yeah, yeah,
Nuggets said
Mike.
our streams
Tonight,
are
they
very
shut you out right
entertaining.
away. Glad you're having fun time watching Chicken Nuggets. I know you love that Neverwinter series. Well, that Cast Plays Neverwinter series. Be on the
Good night,
lookout. That
Asylum.
episode
Thanks for
2
coming
might be
through,
coming
man.
up. See you, Asylum. Appreciate the listen. Um, I, wa- I wonder how old Chicken Nuggets is. But you can say that if he decides to comment, he can comment. But something tells me he's a little bit younger. Um,
I love
but
it.
any thoughts, guys? Any thoughts on tonight?
Mm? No, I like
Um,
this episode. It's very, very, very interesting. A lot of, and gave me the opportunity to really be open, be myself, and
Mm-hmm.
talk about passion. Yeah.
Talk about looking at a dude while you're making out with
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think the biggest thing we learned tonight is that blowjobs will always be infinitely better.
him. Yep.
Um, yeah, and that tonight would go to a gay club for them to make Kingdom Hearts again.
Oh yeah, on PS4. Yep, he said it. Hold him to it, guys. If there's rumors that this comes out, he has to go to a gay club, and we're not going with him. So, um, nah, I think I would go just to record him. Truthfully,
Yeah,
I'd
because
love
I
to
would
see
have
his
to make I would
reaction.
have to make a vlog about it, so one of y'all would have to tape that shit.
No, but honestly, guys, I just want to thank you again. It's so much more fun when we have listeners commenting and actually actively listening. I'm sure the views will get up, more tomorrow or whatever. But just the fact that you guys are actively participating, we do enjoy that. That helps us out so much because it's like, it's the fuel. You're adding gas into a car, so you're just keeping it going, and we appreciate that. We're glad that you guys enjoy listening, and we hopefully next podcast episode will be something you guys will enjoy too. I don't know that we have any definitive topics yet, so if you have any ideas or things you think that could be good topics, feel free to submit them.
Yeah.
We will. I can promise you one thing: we will be doing a revisit with Pokemon Go. Any newest, latest updates slash feels of the game, progress, things like that. Because Artful is now fully fully invested in it also, or relatively invested in it. So we can have a little more discussion on that, but everything else right now is open field. So
Yeah.
we
Good night, chicken nuggets. Yeah, I
take
was gonna
care,
say
man.
on the next episode too, I want to try and get Wolf involved as well, because she's
Oh
been asking me
yeah,
when she can
yeah.
get into one.
That is true. That is true. We got you, Wolf. So Wolf, if you have any kind of topics you think you want to talk about, we can have you in on a segment or something, and we can devote some time to that. And anybody else too, if you guys have PS4 and you want to, you'd like to be a guest or share an opinion or have a, whatever, let us know.
What's up, Gamesy Makara? Thanks for coming through, man. Coming through right at the end, man.
Yep, it's
Damn.
unfortunate, but hey, man, hit that rewind button when this gets loaded up,
Yeah.
uploaded, and you can listen to this stream. It was a really good podcast tonight. Hopefully, you're gonna be laughing. Hopefully, you're gonna be into it. So don't forget to come back once this video is finished uploading and listen.
Yep.
And you guys are going to be doing your streaming soon?
Yeah,
Mhm.
most likely sometime this weekend. Cast Plays Neverwinter Part 2 will be up, Episode 2. I got
Cass
2 more hours.
fucking hates Neverwinter.
Two more hours to play in this game. I can already tell you I hate that game, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, great stream, fellas. Glad to be sharing the airways with you guys as always, and listeners, thanks for tuning in. We hope that you'll tune in again for the next episode, which will probably be closer than a week because we're a little behind this week. So keep an eye out for that. And other than that, did we ever find out what that phrase was? Remember to keep on fucking or whatever it was that we said.
Nah,
Um,
Something
I
like
forgot
that.
to even look. I think that's what it is. Thanks,
just
Gamesy. I
remember to
appreciate that,
remember to
man.
do that. Remember, blowjobs over sex all day long.
Nope.
You can't
Artful
get a
in
girl
them.
pregnant. Oh yeah, that's the opinion of Art in them. So